Stability AI surprised everyone by introducing their new versions of image generation models. These models, known as Stability Diffusion 3.5 Large and Stability Diffusion 3.5 Large Turbo, are considered to be among the finest imagination models to date. Although they have already launched a medium model, they have refined it due to its shortcomings and the necessary input from users. Let's explore what new users can achieve with these models. Users can expect enhanced image quality, greater detail, and more accurate representations of their creative ideas. The improved algorithms allow for more intricate designs and a deeper understanding of user prompts, making the creative process not only efficient, but also immensely rewarding. Let's first discuss Stable Diffusion 3.5 Large Turbo. Imagine that you are an artist, but instead of paint and brushes, you use AI to make cool art. Stable Diffusion 3.5 Turbo is the form of the Stable Diffusion model that works faster and better. The word turbo here means it can make pictures really quickly, like how a turbo engine speeds up a car. The great thing about it is that it makes good pictures even though it's fast. Turbo 3.5 is great for when you need to make a lot of pictures quickly, or just want to try out some ideas. It's also very simple to use on regular computers. This type will work well on both laptops and basic desktops, so you won't need any fancy tech to use it. Now look at Stable Diffusion Large 3.5. Stable Diffusion Large 3.5 is all about detail, while Turbo 3.5 is all about speed. In this case, the large model is useful because it lets you see every single pixel of a very important project. The picture is made more slowly, but it has more details and is more accurate. Large 3.5 is like using a good camera instead of your phone's camera. The camera on your phone is quick, but the good one has a lot more depth and clarity. Stable Diffusion Large is the best choice if you're a creator, an artist, or working on a project that needs images that are very clear and sharp. Yes, it takes longer, but when you need top-notch quality, it's worth it. People who work on big projects like artists and professionals tend to choose this model because it can handle more complicated tasks. After that, there's Medium AI now. Stable Diffusion Medium 3.5 is in the middle, between Turbo for speed and Large for detail. With this, you get the best of both speed and quality. This is great if you're not in a hurry, but also don't need the crazy amount of information that the large version gives you. For everyday jobs, where you want good images but don't mind waiting a little longer than with Turbo, you can use Medium. Going in the middle lane of traffic is like that. Not too fast, not too slow, just right. Why should you care? Now tell me why these different versions are important. Choice is very important. These three versions of Stable Diffusion 3.5 give you choices based on your needs. You can choose between speed and detail, or you can find a good mix between the two. Also, you don't need to be a skilled artist to use these. They are made to be easy for regular people to use and can be played on computers. The cool thing about these models is that they are open source, which means that anyone can use them for free as long as they're not making money. You can try this for free if you want to learn how AI works, or if you're a student who wants to try using AI to make art. What does customization mean? The ability to change the picture results a lot is one of the best things about Stable Diffusion 3.5, whether it's Turbo, Large, or Medium. When you give the AI writing prompts, you can be very clear, and it will try to do what you say. It can definitely make a picture of a cat sitting on the beach with a coconut in its mouth while wearing sunglasses. Don't worry about the fancy name. The AI uses something called query key normalization, which helps it understand what you want and give it to you better. In other words, the picture will be a better match if you give more information. The AI will still try if you're not clear, but it might come up with something stranger. You have a lot of artistic freedom because of this. You can try out different styles and themes, whether you like pictures that look like photos, abstract art, or even cartoons. What's the point of all this in real life? Take the case where you need pictures for your school project talk. You don't have to look for random pictures online. You can make exactly what you need with Stable Diffusion. You can change the way it looks and feels, which will help your idea stand out. Maybe you want to be an artist, but aren't very good at drawing. This tool can help you make your ideas come to life without having to draw them yourself. Creative people in areas like advertising, movie concept art, and game design also use these models. A big deal is that you can get detailed pictures with just a few text entries. You can try out new ideas without having to hire a whole design team, which saves a lot of time. What's next for AI models like this and Stable Diffusion? Okay, Stability AI isn't done with pictures yet. They are also working on language models. This means that in the future, AI might not only draw pictures, but also help with writing, making up conversation, or making chatbots more human-like and interactive. In the future, you might be able to ask an AI to help you write an essay or come up with a movie story. The possibilities are very interesting, especially for people who like to be creative and make their own material. So which one do you choose? Turbo 3.5, if you need to make images quickly and don't mind giving up some detail. Great for jobs that need to be done quickly. Large 3.5, if you don't mind waiting a little longer and want very high quality pictures. Great for work with a lot of details. Middle 3.5, if you need something in the middle, not too fast or too slow, but still very good. It depends on your wants which version works best for you. Plus, they're easy to use, so you don't have to be a tech expert to begin. To use Stable Diffusion 3.5 models, turbo, large, or medium, you'll need to follow a few steps to set up the necessary tools and environment. Here's a detailed guide to help you get started. Where to download Stable Diffusion models? Stable Diffusion models can be downloaded from various platforms, depending on how you prefer to use them. Hugging Face is a well-known AI community that hosts different versions of Stable Diffusion models, including version 3.5. It is a highly accessible platform for downloading these models, which you can then load into your local setup or a compatible web interface. You can explore and download models from the Hugging Face Model Hub for Stable Diffusion. Alternatively, you can access Stability AI's GitHub page to find official model repositories and detailed setup instructions. For those familiar with GitHub, this is a great option to get direct access to both the models and the necessary code for implementation. The models are available on Stability AI's GitHub, offering easy downloads and integration. Another popular tool is the Automatic 1111 Web UI, which allows users to run Stable Diffusion locally using a user-friendly web interface. This tool simplifies the entire process, making it easy to load models, input prompts, and adjust settings to customize your output. The Stable Diffusion Web UI by Automatic 1111 GitHub provides all the instructions and tools needed to set up and use the interface effectively. Requirements for using Stable Diffusion models. Running Stable Diffusion models, especially the more demanding ones like Large 3.5, requires certain hardware specifications for smooth performance. The recommended setup includes an NVIDIA GPU with at least 4 GB of VRAM, though 8 GB or more is better for large models, a minimum of 8 GB RAM, and a compatible operating system like Windows, Mac, or Linux. Additionally, if you are running the models locally, you will need Python installed, as well as CUDA drivers if using an NVIDIA GPU. If you decide to run Stable Diffusion locally, you can download the model from either Hugging Face or GitHub and set it up on your computer. One of the easiest tools for this is the Automatic 1111 Web UI, which allows you to load the model, enter prompts, and generate images in an intuitive, web-based environment. This is ideal for users who want a full local setup with control over parameters and image settings. For those using an NVIDIA GPU, ensure that Python and the appropriate CUDA drivers are installed before setting up the environment. The Automatic 1111 GitHub provides all the necessary steps for installation. Online platforms, where download is not required. For those who prefer not to download and set up models locally, there are several online platforms that allow you to use Stable Diffusion models without the need for installation. Dream Studio by Stability AI offers a cloud-based solution where users can generate images by simply creating an account and entering their text prompts. The interface is straightforward, and the entire process takes place in the cloud, eliminating the need for local hardware. Google Colab notebooks are another option for running Stable Diffusion without local installation. These notebooks provide pre-configured environments that allow you to run the models on powerful cloud GPUs. You can find various Stable Diffusion Colab notebooks online that are ready to use, making this a flexible option for those who want to use the models without extensive setup. How to use the models. Once you have Stable Diffusion set up, whether locally or on an online platform, using the models is relatively simple. Start by entering your text prompt. This can be a description of what you want the AI to generate, such as a specific scene, style, or subject. Next, choose the version of the model that suits your needs. The turbo model is optimized for faster generation, while the large model provides highly detailed images. The medium model offers a balance between speed and detail. After selecting the model, click the button to generate the image. The AI will interpret your text input and create an image based on the description. If you want more control over the output, you can customize parameters like the number of steps, image resolution, and stylistic elements to achieve more refined results. Other platforms for easy use. In addition to the platforms mentioned above, several others offer simplified access to Stable Diffusion models without requiring advanced technical skills. Artbreeder is a popular platform that enables users to collaborate on AI-generated art, including images created by Stable Diffusion. It's ideal for those who want to experiment with AI-generated images quickly and without the need for coding knowledge. RunPod is another platform that offers cloud-based access to high-performance GPUs for running Stable Diffusion models. This service is particularly useful for users who don't want to install the models locally, but still require powerful hardware for image generation. It provides a flexible, pay-as-you-go model, allowing users to leverage GPU power as needed. Whether you prefer to download and run Stable Diffusion models locally or use cloud-based services, there are many ways to access and experiment with this powerful AI tool. Hugging Face and Stability AI's GitHub offer comprehensive repositories of models, while tools like the automatic 11 Web UI make it easy to manage and customize your local setup. For those who prefer cloud-based options, platforms like Dream Studio and Google Colab provide quick and efficient access to Stable Diffusion models without requiring local installation. By choosing the right version of the model, whether turbo for speed, large for detail, or medium for a balance, you can start experimenting with AI-generated images and explore the creative potential of Stable Diffusion.